Okay, let me ask you something. What if you could fight off cancer and literally turn back the clock on aging at the exact same time? And what if you could do it with a single natural breakthrough? Well, today we're going to dive into a clinical innovation that does exactly that. It's all about unlocking the power your body already has to heal and, get this, rejuvenate itself.
All right, so to really get this, we've got to start by looking at the incredible power that's already inside our bodies. Let's talk about the body's natural killers.
Check this out. This little guy is a killer T cell. Think of it as your body's own elite special forces unit. Its mission? Simple. It hunts down threats like cancer cells with, absolute surgical precision.
And you don't just have a few of these, you have a massive army of them. Get this, in just a single teaspoon of your blood, there are about 5 million of these powerful defenders on patrol, right now.
And how they work is, it's like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. First, they identify their target and lock on. Then, they basically drill holes into the cancer cell's wall. And finally, they inject these special enzymes that just dissolve the threat from the inside out. And the most amazing part? This whole process is so precise, it leaves all your healthy cells completely untouched.
So, it makes you wonder, right? If we have this incredible army inside of us already, how can we make it even stronger? Well, that's the big question. And the answer is leading us to a whole new way of thinking about health and longevity. You know, for decades, medicine has treated fighting disease and reversing aging as two totally separate battles. But what if they're not separate at all? What if they're actually two sides of the very same coin? This is a new era in healing.
And this is where a new innovation comes into play. It's called My Life 100. And what it does is pretty amazing. It bridges the gap between getting rid of cancer and actually reversing aging. And it does this through one single powerful mechanism, activating your body's own stem cells. It's literally bringing healing and rejuvenation together like never before.
And you know what's incredible? That's all powered by nature. We're talking about a super precise, clinically proven extract from just 5 edible plants. Things you might even know: pennywort, black sesame, soybeans, guava, and mangosteen. That's it.
Okay, so how does this whole thing work? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of this biological engine and see how it supercharges our system.
Basically, it boosts your body's natural repair system in 3 key steps. First, when you have injured tissues, they send out a kind of SOS signal. Then, this plant extract acts like a massive amplifier for that signal, telling your bone marrow to release a huge surge of new stem cells. And finally, these fresh stem cells travel through your body to wherever they're needed most.
So these stem cells, they're basically your body's raw materials. They're the master cells that can become any other kind of cell. They're the foundation of all repair and regeneration. And once they're released, they split up to perform 2 totally different but equally critical jobs.
And this is where that incredible 2-for-1 action happens. On one hand, you've got what are called MSCs. Think of these as the builders. Their job is to repair your organs and restore your health. They become new bone, skin, muscle, physically turning back the clock on aging. Then on the other hand, you have the HSCs. These are the soldiers. Their mission is to build a powerful immune defense by creating more of those all-important killer T cells.
So here's the key takeaway, right? This plant-based formula boosts your HSCs. Those HSCs grow up to become CD8 killer T cells. It's a really simple equation. More of these specific stem cells means more cancer-fighting assassins on your side.
All right, so this all sounds amazing, but talk is one thing. What do the numbers actually say? Let's look at the proof, because the clinical data is, well, it's pretty remarkable. So researchers did an 8-week clinical trial where people took a therapeutic dose, that's 9 capsules a day. And the result? A dramatic, massive surge in their immune forces. We're talking about transforming their regular, everyday defense system into a seriously powerful therapeutic weapon. Okay, let's break down those numbers. The CD4 cells, think of them as the generals that coordinate the attack. They went up by 16%. But here's the real kicker. The CD8 killer T cells, those frontline soldiers we've been talking about, they increased by a massive 17.5%.
Look, this isn't just a tiny little boost. The study concluded that this formulation forces an absolute surge in these immune cells, enough to hunt down and eliminate cancer cells. That means creating an army powerful enough to find and destroy these threats no matter where they are in your body.
Okay, so while this incredible immune battle is going on, something else is happening at the very same time. Something amazing. Your body is actually getting younger. And to understand how, we need to talk about telomeres. These are the little protective caps on the ends of our chromosomes, and their length is basically the definitive biomarker of our biological age.
So, to measure this age reversal effect, they ran another trial. This time, they used a lower maintenance dose of just 5 capsules a day for 8 weeks. And even on this lower dose, the results were stunning. They saw a significant increase in telomere length, on average about 408 base pairs longer. And it's simple. Longer telomeres mean you are biologically younger.
So what does that mean in real terms? Well, that increase in telomere length translates to an average genetic age reversal of 5.8 years. Let that sink in. Turning back the biological clock by almost 6 years in just 8 weeks. And remember, that was on the smaller 5-capsule dose. The 9-capsule therapeutic dose, the one that created that massive immune surge, the data suggests it yields an even greater age-reversing effect.
So what we're looking at here is a truly profound outcome. You are literally healing from disease while actively, measurably turning back time, safely reversing the clock.
And you know, this might be the most important part of all. Unlike so many harsh conventional treatments, this entire process is done with absolute clinical safety. We're talking normal liver and kidney function throughout. But it's more than just not causing harm. People in the trials actually reported huge improvements in their quality of life, like better sleep, better mood, and a lot more energy.
So, all of this together, it really ushers in a new era for natural oncology and rejuvenation. It's built on 4 key pillars: targeted eradication of cancer, measurable age reversal, absolute safety, and maybe most importantly, universal hope.
So this leaves us with a final, really powerful question. What happens when we unlock our body's innate power, not just to heal itself, but to actually turn back time? You know, it's not just about fighting a disease anymore. It's about tapping into our own potential to regenerate and to thrive. And that completely changes how we can think about the future of our health.